Ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
Drop it!
American, this is take it. Take this with you, okay? No. Hey, no.
Fairfax, Virginia, at 2:36 p.m. on April 23, 2025. An officer from the Fairfax.
That is why, right there, ladies and gentlemen, what just happened is why you never stand in the line of fire. You stand just behind the driver's door and you lean in like this. My gun's over here on my right side, no way they can get to it. I've got my hand on my gun, and it's usually at night, my flashlight here, and I'm leaning in. Because the minute he pulled that gun, what do I got to do? I just got to do that to get out of the line of fire, draw and shoot, as I'm taking about 3 steps backwards. And I don't like to go backwards, by the way. But in a case like that, I want a little bit of distance between me and the driver that's trying to shoot me. But he's going to have to come all the way around like this behind him to shoot at me because I'm behind him against his car. And by the time he does that, I'm already at his trunk. But one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to take cover behind his trunk because he can throw it in reverse and pin you between your patrol unit and his trunk. So you get back there and then you try to make yourself back to your driver door on your patrol unit and return fire. But all that happens quick. I've been there, done that. I know. It happens so fucking quick. That's why you can't let your adrenaline take over. Because your adrenaline is going to say, climb under his fucking car. No, you got to think logically with some common sense. Even in those stressful situations. It took me about 5 years to control it, to where I was comfortable with, my adrenaline going sky high and I was still thinking straight. It's not something you can just do. Let's go.
Fairfax County Police Department conducted a traffic stop.
Adrenaline takes over, you're fucked. And I've been fucked many a time in the first 5 years of law enforcement. I didn't know how to control it. It took 5 years and a lot of not coaching, but a lot of tips from my sergeant and other officers and a couple of deputies on how they did it. And everybody's different. You can't teach somebody how to do it. Each person is totally different on controlling their adrenaline. They got to figure out how to do it. Let's go.
The 4,000 block of Majestic Lane after noticing an expired safety inspection sticker on the windshield of a 1999 Toyota Corolla. The vehicle was being driven by Jamal Wali, 36, a resident of Fairfax. Initially, it was just a minor traffic violation. However, within minutes, the situation unexpectedly escalated.
Everybody reacts differently, and I wish they would just say what it is. This idiot's a fucking illegal alien in our country. He's not a resident of Fairfax. He's a citizen of France. Let's just say what it is.
Escalated into a tense confrontation.
For Fairfax Parkway, parking 36.
That was a heck of a stop, sir.
I have a gun and...
See where he's standing? Right in the line of fire. He don't know this guy from Adam. He don't know if this guy just committed a felony with a home invasion, just carjacked that vehicle, just killed his mom and dad at the house. This officer has no clue what he's walking into. That's why you take precautions. That's why we have in-service hours every year to keep our arrest powers. This is why you go to police academy. So you learn how to do it properly and stay safe. Me being a traffic unit, I did this millions of times. But I never stood in the line of fire. Crazy shit.
And I'm armed, I'll let you know. So why did you pull me over?
Your inspection sticker expired last.
Call Joe Biden or call George Bush.
What's your driver's
No,
license?
there's no, I don't have a driving license.
Why not?
Go back, sit in the fucking car and leave.
From the moment of contact, Wally appeared tense and
I mean, let me tell you something, Pierre. Step out the fucking car now.
Agitated toward the officers, he cursed, repeatedly refused to cooperate, and constantly challenged every command given. Meanwhile, the officers maintained a calm demeanor, doing their best to de-escalate and handle the situation as calmly as possible.
So why you fucking treat me this way?
Look at the way you treat me, dick.
Can I get a supervisor to my location?
And see, you never talk on the radio in front of the suspect. Never. You sit right there. I'd walk back toward the side of his trunk, not getting behind his trunk, but to the side. 35 station. I'm not talking in front of him. I see it all the time in these videos. I need backup right in front of the guy. What the fuck? Now, don't get me wrong, in a fight situation when you're struggling, yeah. 35 station, 1076, 1018, my location. He doesn't know what I just said. But they talk like they're talking on walkie-talkies from the neighbor's house to their house, like they did when they were 12. Idiots.
Station, please.
You fucking dumbass fucking people. You fucking asshole.
Majestic.
See, I wouldn't put up with him talking to me like that. You arrest him for POP, pissing off the police. Of course, disorderly conduct is what the charge is going to be.
I can't even go back to my fucking country because of you fucking people. I started in fucking army.
Oh, I want you to go back to your fucking country, you illegal piece of
Every
shit.
time you come and fucking pull me over, every time.
Do you have the registration to the vehicle?
Nothing.
You got nothing?
Nothing.
All right.
Yeah.
And you don't want to give me your name?
Sir, why?
No. Did you hear that? You don't want to give me your name? You either give me your name, slick dick, or you're going to jail right now for refusal to comply and refusal to identify. These fucking weak pussy cops. No backbone. They're spineless pieces of shit with a badge. No shit.
Look, hey, I died when I was serving you with you liars, with you people with American status.
I served as well, sir.
Yeah. So you brought me to this, you fucking people brought me to this goddamn country, and I'm dying every fucking single day, and I have 4 children, and we wholly survive because you're a fucking racist people.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Damn right,
can't
I don't
get a
like
job,
you.
I can't get a disability, and they took my fucking license because I'm not able to pay the insurance. So why are you fucking trying to kill me?
I'm not trying to
No,
kill you,
you
sir.
are. I'm already died. I don't give a
Said
damn
that the
fuck.
subject's armed, refusing
I
to
can't
unite.
believe the officer's putting up with this shit.
Don't reach for anything, dude. Don't unbuckle that.
Look, I don't work for DFACS. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a psychiatrist. And frankly,
I'm telling you, don't reach. I'm telling you, don't reach. I don't
Subject
give a
keeps
damn
reaching.
fuck. I don't give a damn fuck. If you fucking do anything, don't do anything.
Subject keeps reaching for his weapon.
No, I'm not.
and you're standing
I'm
there.
not-
Did you hear this fucktard? The one with the badge. Suspect keeps reaching for his weapon, and he's still standing in the line of fire. Talk about zero common sense, you fucking idiot. This dumbass deserves to be shot. He set himself up to get shot. He's begging to get shot. He knows the suspect's got a gun. He knows he keeps reaching for it, and he's going to stand there in the line of fire. What a fucking idiot. Jesus Christ, I've seen it all now.
Sir, I stopped you for a lawful traffic stop.
I don't give a damn fuck.
Okay.
You liars.
I'm not lying.
No, you're
It's
lying.
obviously right
You
there.
are no. Today's
So
the
what
day,
I'm-
buddy.
what I'm
Today's
asking
the day,
for
fucking
is you to
dumbass
identify
liars,
yourself.
white people. You lied for 25 years.
R80 Bravo, you direct on that?
You brought me to this country. I served with special forces. I lost my own fucking brother. I lost my everything.
I'm sorry.
I have nothing.
And who put a gun to this fucktard's head and forced him to come to the United States? He came in this country illegally. That's why he can't get a driver's license or insurance or... Yeah, he's a fucking illegal piece of shit. Nobody forced you to come in this country, you cocksucker.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, you're sorry to hear that.
I'm not sorry to hear that. Listen to this weasel piece of shit with a badge. He needs to be a fucking counselor at a high school. That's what he needs to be, not a cop.
Play that bullshit.
So you don't have a registration to the vehicle?
You know what? Listen, you're American, okay?
Yes.
Yes, you are American. I give you my fucking, what do you call that shit? Take it. They took my driving license.
So
Okay.
they took it away?
Yes!
Oh, he had a license, I guess, then.
I have a hard time with court.
Man, if I was the
I'll
sheriff
show
or
you
the
the
chief of police,
paperwork.
I'd fire
You
this
wouldn't
piece of
believe
shit
what
with a
you
badge in a heartbeat. You don't work for me, dumbass. You don't have the temperament for it, and you don't have the backbone
That's all
for
that
it.
Bullshit.
We're not
system
looking
is
for
fucking
psychiatrists.
Yeah.
broken. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you're going through a really rough time.
Man.
I don't give a shit. That's not my job. And if it was, I still wouldn't give a shit. I don't care what he's going through. I'm not a counselor and I'm not a psychiatrist. All I care about is I have you detained. If you don't have a fucking driver's license, you're under arrest. Period. Get out of the fucking car. Let me add some other negative shit to your life.
I should have served with fucking Taliban.
But he's gonna sit there and negotiate with him.
And a fucking dumbass
Until it escalates. The driver has control of this scene, not the fucktard officer with a badge. They hire anybody with a pulse nowadays. This dumbass doesn't need to be within 10 miles of a police station.
fuck when I was concerned about Taliban, but in America, since 2014, I'm concerned about more about you people. Because you lie, because you play games, that's how I'm going deeper.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are my partners.
Texas! Ha ha! Thank you, buddy, very much. Boom. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, he needs to be a therapist where somebody lays on his couch and shit and he can, oh, I'm sorry about that. What do you think happened? Thank you, buddy, very much for supporting the channel, supporting my stream. I really appreciate it.
Here, they're coming up. I don't want you to get rattled, but it's because you were reaching for your weapon.
No, I'm not reading, sir. Hey,
I
sir,
watched you do it.
I don't give a damn fuck.
Due to Wally's combative behavior,
I don't give a damn fuck.
police were forced to call for additional support and emergency services at the scene.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment this officer saw that this driver had a 1032 in his vehicle, which is a gun, you get him the fuck out of the car immediately. You remove him from the proximity of that weapon. And he would already be under arrest. Refusal to comply, disorderly conduct. He's yelling. He's not normal talking. He's yelling in public, disorderly conduct. Guarantee you I would have charged him with that. But I'd immediately got him out of that car away from that weapon.
Two officers approached the vehicle to continue negotiating. But suddenly,
Now we're
Wally
gonna
drew a
negotiate.
firearm and fired a shot through the driver's side window, striking two officers. Moments later, he was shot and brought down on the spot. The body-worn cameras recorded the entire incident, clearly showing how the situation quickly spiraled.
Ladies and gentlemen, this situation did not have to spiral out of control where the driver got shot. These officers escalated everything by not having control of the scene. If I would have pulled him over, I would not have had to shoot him. I would have immediately yanked his ass out of that car if he didn't get out on his own. Now, if he grabs that weapon, yeah, I'm going to shoot him, absolutely. But you immediately separate him from that 1032. You get him away from it, outside the vehicle. You pat his ass down. You put him in cuffs. If he wants to struggle, I'll pepper spray. So I've done millions of these things. Millions. These officers, I blame these officers for the shooting. They didn't have control of the scene, and this is what happens.
Out of control, and exactly what happened.
American, this is, take it. I take this with you, okay? No. Hey, don't you reach? This with you, okay?
So now you want to...
No.
Hey, don't you reach, dude. Hey, don't you reach, dude. 800 Bravo, shots fired.
No.
Hey, don't you reach, dude. 800 Bravo, shots fired.
Wally
It
was
did not have to
immediately
come to
transported
that.
to a nearby hospital for
Are you fucking kidding me? Look at these coward son of a bitches. Stay behind the shield, fat boy. Just let fat fuck go first and stay behind him. I don't need to carry a shield. Just put baby Huey up front.
emergency
Damn.
care, but did not survive.
Oh
two
my
injured
God.
officers-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 fucking police officers after they done shot the guy. Ladies and gentlemen, 17 years of law enforcement. We've been through this shit. I've dealt with people pulling guns and shit. Todd bought a hot cup of coffee. Thank you, buddy. Ha ha. Bam. Thank you, buddy, very much.
were
Oh, you
treated
know
at a
what?
local-
Hold on. I forgot to do the, let me do this goal real quick. Hold on. I forgot to do the goal. Let me see. Okay, there we go. I'm going to start the goal. These are for super chats. It's on YouTube. I need 10 super chats and I'll stream this Friday.
local hospital and were fortunately discharged shortly afterward. Had he survived, Jamal Wally could have faced multiple serious charges: armed assault, attempted murder, assaulting law
Todd.
enforcement officers, and unlawful possession.
Did you hear that? The officer was terminated. Good. A spineless piece of shit with a badge is more dangerous than the criminal. Seriously. Because everything escalates no matter where he goes. If you're not willing to come into law enforcement and have compassion for people, you have to have compassion. But at the same time, you have to have a backbone to take control of every fucking scene you go to. If you're not willing to do that, go work at McDonald's. Go to work behind a cubicle. Law enforcement's not for you. I'm little, yeah. I'm 5'6", 118 pounds, but I'm fucking loud as hell. I didn't put up with any shit.
of a firearm offenses that could have resulted in decades behind bars or even life imprisonment if aggravating factors were found. His
Well, there's good news here, okay? And let me point out the good news. All those fucking problems that Camel Jockey over there was screaming about, solved. It's over. You don't have any more problems now, Slick Nick.
Decision to open fire on police officers not only endangered their lives, but also put surrounding civilians at serious risk.
Yes, it did.
But now,
and those
with
officers
Raleigh's
did
death,
that.
all legal consequences come to a halt. No trial, no sentencing, no official explanation from the man who pulled the trigger.
Correct.
What could drive someone to such a violent reaction over a simple inspection?
Because the officer didn't have control. Had this been my traffic stop, fucking Camel Boy would not have been near that gun to draw it. I'd already had him outside the car. And he would already be in cuffs because he's under arrest.
Sticker. Was this the
But see, the officer let it escalate. I mean it when I say, if you don't have control of the scene, if that officer does not take immediate control and give commands, not questions, not, oh, can you stand up for me? Oh, can you? No. You give him a command to do it. Then I can charge him with refusal to comply if he doesn't do it immediately. I've been there. I know what I'm talking about. And every time the officer does not have control, it's going to escalate.
result of long-standing resentment or something deeper?
That's why 99% of the time, when a female officer goes out on a call, she's screaming for backup 5 minutes later. 99% of the time, because they don't have control of the scene.
Drop the gun! Drop it!
Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
Sacramento, California. On May 2nd, 2025, shortly after 11:50 a.m., patrol officers from the Sacramento Police Department were dispatched in response to a report of a domestic violence incident involving a weapon. The suspect, 37-year-old Johnny Balcorta, was accused of throwing a knife, attempting
Illegal alien. Can we just say what it is? Look at the fucking last name. Fucker's from Haiti. Okay? He's illegal in our country. Let's just say what it is.
to sexually assault the victim, stealing property and carrying a BB gun. The caller also reported that Balcorta was a wanted felon with an outstanding warrant for drug possession. Officers quickly converged on the area around Matsui Park and located Balcorta.
You better stop! Johnny, stop! I'm gonna take you to the ground! Drop the gun! Drop it! He's got a gun to his head. Johnny, stop!
As soon as he was spotted, he pulled out what appeared to be a firearm, ignored all commands, and ran toward the riverbank, then vanished. No one knew exactly what he was planning, but clearly he was preparing for something far more reckless. The situation grew increasingly tense. Officers tracked down his hiding spot and began broadcasting repeated commands through loudspeakers urging him to disarm and surrender peacefully. The area was immediately sealed off. Helicopters, fire units, and tactical teams were deployed in force. What began as a pursuit had now become a full-scale containment operation.
Attention on the ground, attention on the ground. This is the Sacramento Police Department. Johnny Balcorta, you are completely surrounded. We know that you are hiding down by the riverbank. We need you to come out with your hands up, nothing in your hands, and surrender peacefully. Sacramento Police Department K-9, Johnny Balcorta, if you decide to flee, we will send a dog. That dog will find you, and that dog will bite you. We do not want to have to hurt you. Come out now, surrender peacefully, with your hands up in the air, walk up to the bike trail.
They don't need that many units. I never, unless it's a standoff or a hostage situation. You need as many units as you can get over there. Anybody that's not 10-6, which is busy unless urgent, you need as many officers. Other than that, on a traffic stop or a domestic, you need 2 officers on a domestic. Most of the time, it was just me. But there's times that I'd get back up. Card keeps getting declined on TY for the Texas. Here's a life lesson. Just because you found the fucking thing in the parking lot somewhere, like a Walmart parking lot, don't mean it's going to go through. They probably turned it off by now. Quit trying. Jeez. You can't try to use everything you find in a parking lot. Just saying. I'm trying to help.
Nearly an hour passed with no response until suddenly Balcorta reappeared and tried to flee again. A police K-9 was released to chase him down. As the dog closed in, Balcorta spun around and violently swung the gun, striking the animal repeatedly in the head.
The minute he hit that animal, you can shoot him. Because that K-9 is an officer. The minute he hit him in the head with that gun, I'd opened fired on that illegal piece of shit, and we would have gotten him a forever box. His day on planet Earth would be over.
Brutality of the act left officers with no choice. And then, a barrage of shots rang out.
Don't hit the dog!
Fuck! Fuck! Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
Don't shoot the dog! Where's the dog? Okay.
Heel!
Hey, give up, Johnny. Give me
Stop
hands.
fighting the dog! Give me hands!
Immediately, the medical team and police quickly intervened, bandaged and fixed the wound on the spot. Balcorta was transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries,
Damn.
then taken straight to the Sacramento County main jail. Upon investigation, both weapons at the scene were confirmed to be imitation firearms. Johnny Balcorta now faces multiple criminal charges under California law, including brandishing a fake firearm, assaulting a...
Okay, that's a fucking surprise. Honestly, I didn't think California had any laws that they actually enforce. That's a fucking surprise.
police K-9 resisting arrest and failure to comply
Yes.
with a drug-related warrant.
Yes. That one, hey, polished dude, yes. That vest is a bulletproof vest for the dog.
If convicted, he could face anywhere from 3 to over 9 years in prison, along with fines of up to $2,000.
I would be happy if they just put him on a fucking airplane, a military airplane, and fly his stupid ass back to his country. That way we don't have to pay $45,000, $50,000 a year to house him.
On April 20th, 2025, at approximately 1:30 a.m., in Orlando, Florida, OPD Crime Center cameras captured a violent altercation between two men outside the Thrive Cocktail Lounge on Orange.
Yeah, and guess who's instigating the whole fucking thing? That fat ass female right there. She's the instigator. Did you see her? She didn't have to do that. Let it die down. I mean, no reason to measure your dick. Just you walk that way, I'll walk this way. But no, that stupid ass, fat ass bitch had to instigate it.
Captured a violent altercation between two men
Watch her.
outside
See?
the Thrive Cocktail Lounge
Yeah.
on Orange Avenue. During the scuffle, detectives spotted a handgun falling from the suspect's.
And that's what female officers do on duty. They escalate shit and then run backwards and let the male officers deal with it. I've seen it. I've been there. I'm not exaggerating even a little bit.
Pants. The man, later identified as 38-year-old Jonathan Angel Flores,
An illegal alien. Let's just call it like it is.
quickly picked up the gun and tucked it back into his waistband. What happened next sent shockwaves of fear across the entire city. The crime center immediately alerted nearby patrol units.
608, same traffic.
Sir.
607, I'll be with them.
Sir.
The situation escalated rapidly as Flores pulled out the weapon and fired a shot into the air directly toward a busy public area.
He's got a gun in his left hand. White shirt, red shorts.
911 emergency. This is Tammy on a recorded line. What is the address of the emergency?
I'm downtown.
Within less than a minute, officers closed in and issued multiple commands for him to drop the weapon, but Flores ignored every single order.
No, I just hear people screaming as they were shooting.
Okay, and you're at Dapper Duck, you said?
Yes, correct.
Give me 1 second.
And then, with the threat of another shot looming, officers were forced to act. Multiple gunshots rang out amid panicked screams. Flores collapsed in the middle of the street. Flores was transported to Orlando Regional Medical Center, ORMC, where he was later pronounced dead.
Okay.
Jonathan Angel. Flores was no stranger to law enforcement. He had 3 prior misdemeanor arrests, all drug-related. None of the officers were injured. All.
It's a beautiful day, isn't it? And guys, to let you know, Kick is now synced properly. As soon as you say something on Kick, I get it on my Restream chat box. So we see it. Shut up, Trooper. I thought you were busy, like, eating like 4 Hot Pockets. But yeah, it's all synced up, so now you can talk to me on Kick.
All involved
That's
were
beautiful.
placed on paid administrative leave pending investigation. Bismarck, North Dakota. At 12:08 p.m. on March 7, 2025, Bismarck police received a 911 text reporting a woman exhibiting erratic behavior inside a vehicle parked in the 1100 block of 12th Street. The woman was identified as Melanie Udell, 53 years old, sitting in a white Chevy Traverse. Initial reports suggested she might be under the influence, and her behavior was becoming increasingly unstable. Officers Matthew James and Nathan Anderson were immediately dispatched to the scene.
What's your name, ma'am?
Why are you calling? Why?
We got called to come check on you. There were concerns.
There's nobody concerned.
There was. We got a phone call.
For
What's going on today?
who did you get a call from?
We got another psychiatrist wearing a badge. Or I could be wrong. He could be a high school counselor. I'm not sure at this point. But we'll keep watching and figure it out. But one thing's for certain. He's not a fucking cop. He has no backbone. Oh, we got a call. Well, we got a call. What the fuck? You're like, hey, what's wrong with you? Go ahead and step out of the vehicle. How much have you had to drink? Don't tell me 2 beers. I've heard that shit before. How many of you had to drink? Get her out of the car. Which is what you do when you suspect somebody as a DUI. Because the last thing you want them to do is throw it in a drive and take off, because they're not thinking clearly to begin with. You know they're DUI. Get them out of the car as quickly as you can. This is all common sense shit. This is not like pat logic. This is just God-gifted common sense.
I don't know. It was an anonymous caller saying there was a white.
I know,
trooper
that's
sitting
what they keep doing that. You know, they did that in Nebraska with my children. They keep
They're like,
calling
holy fuck,
people.
they let you breed? That's a tragedy.
I don't think that it's okay for people.
Yeah, I was a smart ass out there on the street.
People call.
Total
My
smart
job is
ass.
to respond when we have a call in to come check on people. Okay.
And I was cool to a lot of people too, if they were cool with me.
Your concern is you know everybody that
My
I'm dealing with.
concern is that the car smells heavily of marijuana.
So get her out of the driver's seat.
When's the last time you smoked any marijuana in here?
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you smell a green leafy substance, the odor of a green leafy substance, you can search without her permission. You can search any vehicle if you get that odor. So there's not only remove her for the DUI, you know she's under the influence. Now you're smelling an odor of a green leafy substance. There's 2 reasons to get her out of that driver's seat. But no, this fucking high school counselor, he wants all the information so he can solve the problem and let her be on her way. This is what's wrong with law enforcement today, ladies and gentlemen.
Other people have smoked marijuana in here, and I don't want to get into
Absolutely, I would say that.
They're calling.
Oh, they let you breed? Oh, fuck, that's a tragedy. Absolutely. I was a smart ass. I said whatever came to mind. I don't give a fuck about her feelings.
You on me.
Other people have.
At that point, Officer James approached Udell at the driver's door and spoke with her for more than 6 minutes.
And that's 5 minutes too long.
At first, everything seemed normal until he detected a strong smell of marijuana and alcohol inside the vehicle. When he asked Udell to step out for further investigation, she suddenly started the car backed up and then accelerated directly toward him. This is the body cam footage from Officer James, capturing the full sequence of events at the scene and clearly showing the moment he was struck by the suspect's vehicle.
Get out of the car!
That's what happens when you don't have control of the scene, you fucking idiot. Don't cry baby about it now, you dumbass.
Shots fired!
Another camera angle shows Officer Anderson speaking with a witness who had been present at the scene and had interacted directly with Udell just minutes before the attack occurred.
Turn off the car. Turn off the car. Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Now! Get out of the car!
They should be running at that car. Well, good, you got what you asked for, you fucking idiot. You cannot, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot use a car as a deadly weapon, and that's what she's doing, which requires deadly force.
Show your hands!
Immediately after the incident, fellow officers called for emergency assistance and transported Officer James to the hospital. He suffered serious injuries to his head, arms, and legs, but survived. The suspect, Melanie Udell, was also taken for emergency treatment, but was pronounced dead due to gunshot wounds sustained during her attempt to ram the officers.
So isn't that sad? I blame the officers for this. That officer did not take control of the scene. Had that been my call, I would have gotten her out of the car immediately. The moment I smelt the marijuana, the moment I realized she's DUI, she's under the influence of alcohol or something else, under the influence of drugs, I'm removing her from that driver's seat. In the very beginning, not after we sat there and told life stories for a while, immediately. So would this have happened? If she was outside the car in handcuffs, this wouldn't have happened. This is what happens when officers don't take complete control of the scene. You cannot be a psychiatrist and a cop at the same time. Choose one.
Under North Dakota law, had she survived,
she should still be alive. She's not a violent criminal. She's just some fucking idiot that was whacked out on drugs and didn't want to get out of the car. She didn't know the consequences. Of course, what she did was stupid. She used the vehicle. I mean, yeah, use deadly force if she's going to use that vehicle that way. Absolutely. I'm not faulting that. I'm just saying it shouldn't have never got to that point. It's crazy. This is all because of those fucking spineless piece of shit police officers with a badge that don't know how to be a cop.
Udell could have faced multiple serious criminal charges,
fucking idiots,
including armed assault on a law enforcement officer, intentional infliction of serious bodily harm, and using a motor vehicle as a deadly weapon. Each of these offenses carries a potential prison sentence of up to 20 years, along with financial penalties that could reach tens of thousands of dollars, not to mention accompanying civil consequences. Udell's death not only closes a criminal investigation, but also raises broader questions about mental health impulse control and the consequences of refusing to comply in encounters with police. In many cases, a single reckless decision can turn a routine welfare check into a tragic and irreversible event. Sometimes compliance isn't just a legal duty, it's the only way to ensure safety for yourself and those around you.
Drop it! Drop it!
On February 16, 2025 in
I heard
Albuquerque, New
about
Mexico,
this.
Police received a shocking call.
I've heard about this. I never saw the video, but I heard about there was some kids in the backyard or something with a gun or something. Yeah. Let's
Two
see what
young
happens.
boys, just 7 and 9 years old, were barricaded inside a house with a loaded firearm. When the Bernalillo County Special Unit arrived on scene, what they saw left them speechless.
If there's a magazine inside the magazine well, they're playing with the gun back and forth. The one in the blue is trying to take it from the one in the orange.
The two children passed the gun back and forth as if playing a game, completely unaware of how dangerous it truly was.
I need you to put it down, baby.
Let's not do that, bud.
Because of the shoe.
Let's not do that. Let's take our hand off, buddy. Let's put it on the ground.
He said he has his hand on the trigger.
Hey guys, put the gun down.
394 has a shield. If you do need one, someone else come back for
Put
it.
the gun down and come and talk to me. It's okay. You're not in trouble, buddy.
Just put it down, babe.
And we'll show you how.
I know. Can you put it down for me?
Just put it down.
No training course can fully prepare an officer for moments like this.
And see, I'm not going to criticize the way they're talking to the kids. I just wouldn't do it that way. I really wouldn't. I would, hey, babe, put it down. Hey, you fucking idiot. I'll blow your goddamn head off. Put the gun down. You want me to shoot you? I'd apologize to him later. Sorry, man, I didn't mean to scare you, but yeah, you had to put that gun down, all right, little slick? But I'd be screaming, I will blow your goddamn head off, and your buddies too. You gotta scare. Okay. They're like, oh, baby, oh, do you want a Happy Meal? Just put the gun down. That doesn't work. Bridgetta Wallen. Hi, Bridgetta Wallen. How are you?
The deputies tried to stay calm, urging the boys to put the weapon down.
You
and
don't
reassuring
stay
them they
calm.
weren't in
You
any
scream
trouble.
at
On the
them.
ground for me, bud?
You're going to fucking prison for life if you don't put that gun down, you little prick.
Hey.
Put it
Hey,
down.
put it
Don't
down,
do
buddy.
that.
See, them sugarcoating everything. Is it working? Is it working? No. We go in there balls to the wall. Put the fucking gun down, you little prick. I'll kill you where you stand. That's how you talk to them. And then later, you know, you have one of the female officers go get them a milkshake at McDonald's. Say, man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you like that, but hey, you had to put that gun down.
Put it down, baby.
Come on. It's coming up to you guys. Okay.
Eugene. Put it down, babe.
And you don't let a fucking female officer open her mouth at a scene like this. They might be mad at mama. They don't need to hear a female voice running her fucking mouth when she don't even know what she's doing.
341. Yeah, back up.
Can you lift?
You want 40 on that side? If so, I would go ahead and 40 him.
Fuck, I don't.
Crazy shit,
My
man.
wing works for us.
Just wait. Let's try to keep talking with them.
No, I think they confirmed that it was a real gun that they got out of the house. If my memory serves me correctly, I heard about this. It happened back in February. But I think that's a real weapon, and it's loaded.
I know.
Eugene, put it down, babe, okay? Can you put it down for me so we can talk? Can you do that for me? Because you're doing a really good job right now. So if you could just put it down.
He's doing a really good job. Right? You see why I said the female officer needs to keep her mouth shut? He's not doing a good job. He's not doing anything they're telling him to do. And she's doing a real good job so far. Okay.
I would appreciate that.
Which one's Eugene?
He has a firearm upside down now. He's no longer got his finger on the trigger. I don't know.
You move up. I would go ahead and 40 him. Try to knock it out of his arm, and then we can move up.
Hold on. What I want you to do is I want you to hit beside them.
Okay, hit the wall.
I want you to hit the wall.
Hey, put that. Just keep it down.
Sean!
Down.
I want you to hit the wall or hit the fence.
It's gonna hit the wall with the 40.
Hey, you gotta do what he says. I want you to hit this fence right here.
Yeah, we have tried.
See, my question here is, where's Mama and Daddy? Why isn't Mama walking over and saying, give me that goddamn gun, boy, and slap him across his face, yanking him by the hair of his fucking head and drag him inside? Why isn't that happening?
Alright, speaking with you, kids.
Sean, can you put it down, babe?
Hold on a second. Give it a second. Kiddo, just drop that. And come talk to us. You're not in trouble.
Yeah, that's 10-4. We tried to talk them down. They're refusing to put the gun
No,
down.
they're not in trouble. They haven't broken any laws. They're not in trouble. He's right about that. They're on their property with a gun that they got out of the house. They didn't steal it, I don't think. So no, they're not in any trouble.
Ricocheted on the bottom of that wall.
Hey Scott, how you doing, buddy?
Cannon, if he puts the cannon down, will you put it down?
And who was I talking to? Bridget Wallen. How are you doing, darling?
He's not gonna shoot you, babe. Put it down.
I'd be like, yes, I am
Put it
too.
down now.
If he don't put it down, I'm gonna shoot the shit out of him.
Okay? Come on, Sean. Let's listen, okay, babe? We don't want to hurt you, honey. Can you put it on the floor? It's still gonna be right by you, but if you put it down on the
Somebody shut this stupid bitch's mouth.
floor, then he could keep his cannon down.
Shut your mouth.
But put it on the floor.
You're not helping nothing.
Just wait.
Take your ass back to the station.
The sooner you put that down, the sooner we can take you home. We can go see your mom.
Sean, this isn't a game no more. We're not playing a game right now. This is serious.
10-3 speaking with 254.
I need you to put that down.
We want to help you, Sean. You tell me what you need after you put it down, and I'll make
Too many people fucking talking. That female officer needs to shut the fuck up.
sure that we get you some whatever you need, okay?
We're just gonna wait for a second.
Can you
Just
do
hold
that
on.
for me?
I don't know why they're not approaching him. I would just walk over there. If he raises that gun, I'll shoot the fuck out of him. But I don't know. I don't think he would. Because I'd be telling you, raise that gun, I'm going to shoot you in the fucking head. You understand me, little slick?
Well, your mom gave me your name backwards then. All right, then Eugene. Can you put it down for me? Now Sean has it. Sean, can you just toss it to the side, babe? Let's make this easy. Because we want to help you.
When all attempts at persuasion failed, one officer gave the order to fire a 40-millimeter rubber round at the fence, hoping the loud impact would scare the boys into surrendering the weapon. However, the opposite happened.
No, hit them with the rubber bullet. Don't hit the fence with it. Who the fuck had that idea?
One of the boys raised the gun again and pointed it directly at the officers.
40 going out. 40, 40, 40.
Drop it! Drop it! Drop it, Sean! Load another one.
Too many people talking. Ladies and gentlemen, in a stressful situation like this, you want one, in any situation usually, one person giving commands, one person talking. So many people running their fucking mouths confuses. That kid can't hear nobody what they're actually saying. Shut up.
Load another one. Drop it now. You're gonna get hit. Drop it.
You dropped the gun! Taser, taser, taser!
Taser, taser, taser. I'd rather hit him with a beanbag round.
The situation spiraled beyond control. In a split second, one officer charged forward and ripped the weapon from the child's hand.
That's what they should have done in the very beginning. Why all this fucking, oh, here, let me get you a Happy Meal. What the fuck? That's what they should have done in the very beginning. Run over there, tell him, you raise that gun, I'm going to shoot your fucking ass. You understand me, you little bitch? Grab the gun out of his hand.
A second slower.
Fucking
And
idiots.
This could have ended in tragedy. How could kids so young act this way? Both children were taken into custody safely and without injury. The loaded firearm was recovered at the scene. It was a standoff that lasted over 5 minutes between armed officers and two elementary school-age children holding a real gun.
Does anybody remember what happened in Jonesboro, Arkansas? It doesn't matter how young they are. They can kill you with a gun.
As of now, police have not disclosed how the loaded weapon ended up in the hands of these kids. And how can we prevent a tragedy like this from happening again?
Shots fired! Shots fired!
At 7:20 a.m. on January 26, 2025, Fresno police received an emergency report of an armed break-in at an apartment complex near the intersection of North Backer and Shaw. The 911 caller stated that they had directly witnessed 3 men, all carrying firearms, breaking into an apartment. Surveillance video captured everything. After forcing their way into the victim's apartment, one of the suspects drove their SUV into the courtyard and backed it up near the front door. Once the suspects had loaded the safe into the SUV, they quickly pulled out of the courtyard. But just then, they came face to face with Fresno police officers who had just arrived on scene. With no way out, the suspects recklessly hit the gas and fled. A breathless chase began.
Stay right there! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! I got the car on the south side. Get on the ground! Don't fucking move! They're trying to drive away. Don't move! Don't move! King 14, they're going back towards you. Stop right there! We're 11. Shots fired! Shots fired! Stop right there!
The SUV sped out of the parking lot, weaving through traffic as multiple police vehicles followed close behind. Despite repeated commands to stop, the suspects kept accelerating, ignoring every order. The situation became too dangerous to wait. Seeing no other option, one officer deliberately swerved and collided head-on with the suspect's vehicle, forcing them to stop.
Now here's the thing. I think all criminals should be fucking in a forever box. That's just me. They're menaces to our society and shouldn't exist. But I don't understand how this officer thinks it's justified to open fire on a suspect that's running away from you. They're not a threat. You can't shoot him in the back unless he's doing this, shooting behind him. Then you can shoot the shit out of him, no matter where you hit him. But that wasn't the case here. Or maybe I overlooked something. Yeah, like they're really gonna stop. See? You can't shoot at him. What are you doing? That wouldn't have been a good shoot if he'd have hit him.
Shots fired! Oh, goddamn! Your head! There's a guy in the car still! There's another guy in the car still. Another guy in the car.
The incident ended with one officer suffering minor injuries, fortunately not life-threatening. But just 1 second more, and this armed robbery could have turned into a bloody tragedy.
Oh, it was an armed robbery. Okay, I got it. Okay.
In the middle of a residential neighborhood. The two main suspects later identified as Amicho Mancia 37.
Illegal.
And Antoine Francisco Mancia 43.
Illegal. I'm just keeping it real.
Were both arrested at the scene. Amicho, the driver, was wearing body armor and carrying an AR-15 rifle. He was shot while attempting to draw his weapon on the officers.
Oh, okay,
He now
okay.
faces serious charges: assault on a police officer, armed robbery, and illegal possession of a firearm as a convicted felon. Charges
I
that
hope
could
so,
land him
OJ.
behind bars for
Hojo,
decades.
I hope they're in El Salvador.
Antwain has been charged with robbery, possession of a concealed weapon, and possession of ammunition, despite his prior convictions. Both men are currently in custody awaiting trial. 3 days later, the third suspect, Aaron Gary, 28, was also arrested. He has been charged with
Yeah, that
residential robbery,
figures.
bringing an end to the search for the individuals who blatantly defied the law and brought violence into a residential community. What do you think about this case? If the officers hadn't reacted in time, what could have happened to the people living nearby? Share your thoughts in the comments below. On
Nashville.
Monday, May 12th, 2025,
That's about an hour
just
and
after
20
11
minutes from
a.m.,
me.
Officer Jaron Bree spotted Hunt on Division Street near 8th Avenue. Officer Clayton
That
Lewis
figures.
drove from the opposite side of the bridge to back up Officer Brees.
Better stop. You better stop.
Hunt pulled his firearm and fired at the
Oh!
officers, striking
Watch
Officer
crossfire.
Lewis in the
Okay.
leg. The two officers then returned fire, critically wounding Hunt, who collapsed on the bridge.
Yeah.
Yes!
I think I got hit in the leg. Something hit me in the leg.
He was transported to Vanderbilt University Medical Center, where he later died. His 9mm
Yes!
pistol was recovered at the scene.
You fucking
Officer
hood
Lewis
rat.
sustained a
Good.
graze wound to his left leg. He was taken to Vanderbilt University Medical Center for treatment and has since been discharged. Per protocol, the Tennessee
world's a
Bureau
better
of
place.
Investigation is
A safer
investigating
place
the
today.
circumstances surrounding the exchange of gunfire between MNPD officers and Hunt on Division Street. What do you think about the situation and how the police officers handled it?
I think he did
Feel
exactly
free
what
to
he
leave
should have
your
done.
Comments below.
Shoot that piece of shit. There's no room for criminals in our society. Oh, hell, we got a female officer. It's going to escalate immediately.
On March 21st, 2025, officers from the Oswego County Sheriff's Office, in coordination with the New York State Police,
How the fuck would you spell Oswego? I would hate to have to say that in every incident report that I wrote. Oswego. What the fuck? I just pronounce it Waco. W-A-C-O. Yep.
responded to a residence in the town of Constantia to check on the well.
No, Texas. The officer got shot in the leg. Hood rat got shot in the chest. The officer survived.
Well-being of a 3-year-old boy. They carried a protective order requiring the child's father,
Wow.
32-year-old Miles Dignayan, to hand the child over to a family member. At first, Dignayan cooperated, but when he was informed that a relative was arriving to take custody of the child, he attempted to prevent the officers from taking the boy. The situation quickly escalated, and what followed was chaos. What began
No, we can't take that kid. That's a civil matter. That is civil, not criminal. I would never take possession of a child. Period. If the father says, no, that family member is not picking up this child, then that family member is not going to pick up that child. Where's mama? Mama's got to come to the scene and get the child. Who has full custody of this child? That's who's going to pick the child up. That's it. So I don't agree with none of this. The officers do not have any legal right to take that child from the father. It's a civil matter.
began as a protective order meant to safeguard a child's well-being quickly spiraled out of control.
Oh, okay. Did they say it was a safety order? Hold on. I might be wrong. If he's got a safety judgment against him, in other words, he has to have supervised visits, then that's different. Hold on.
He attempted to prevent the officers from taking the boy. The situation quickly escalated, and what followed was chaos. What began as a protective order meant to safeguard a child's well-being.
Okay, then the officers are right. I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong. I didn't hear the protective order. So yeah, we take the child. Even if we have to take him to the station and wait for grandma to pick him up. So yeah,
quickly
they're
spiraled
right.
out of control.
Not in front of the kid. See, that's the only thing a female officer is good for. Take that child, pick him up, and take him away from the scene. So he doesn't have to see this. But she won't.
What the fuck? Give me your hands. Give me your hands. Give me your hands. All right, stop. Let me go.
That poor kid, man. God damn it. Somebody take the kid.
Corey, stop.
Hear that kid? If the female officer was worth a fuck, which they're usually not, she should have picked up that child before this all escalated and took that child out of this scene, around the corner. But women think emotionally, men think logically in stressful situations. So she's not thinking.
The suspect suddenly grabbed a metal object and struck an officer, forcing police to open
please.
fire to
Oh,
neutralize
not in front of the
threat.
kid.
In the midst of the chaos, the sound of the child's terrified cries left a deep impact on everyone present. Despite being injured, the officer remained composed, assisted the wounded suspect, and ensured the child's safety until the very end. The child was immediately removed from the scene and placed in the care of family members.
No, he wasn't immediately removed from the scene. He should have been immediately removed from the scene by that female officer before this escalated like this. The minute she got possession of that child, take him out of the scene. We've been in these situations before, I know. You get that kid away from the scene because you don't know what's fixing to happen. And the last thing you want is for that kid to get shot in a crossfire. You get him out of the scene.
Miles Dignayon was transported to a local hospital, but did not survive.
Damn.
Can you stay over here for me? Can you sit here, okay?
The daddy didn't survive. Son of a bitch.
What was meant to be a simple measure to protect a child ended in tragedy. A single moment of lost control, a split-second decision, cost a life and left behind lasting trauma, especially for the innocent child.
Yeah.
Could this have been prevented?
Yes,
And what truly
it could have
bears the
been.
blame circumstance emotion or the choices made in that crucial instant?
Driver of the Mustang, shut the car off! Shut the car off!
On April 10th, 2025, in Houston, Texas, police located a stolen Ford Mustang just minutes after an armed robbery took place in a parking lot. Believing the vehicle was connected to a violent crime patrol units, immediately issued an alert and moved in on the scene.
Mind of Z, it happened in front of the kid because the female officer wasn't thinking. She should have removed that child from the scene. Her motherly instinct should have kicked in and got that kid out of there.
As officers attempted to stop the car, the driver not only ignored their commands, but turned the vehicle into a weapon. He accelerated straight toward Officer Martin, who was standing directly in front of the car with nowhere to escape. In a split-second life-or-death moment, Martin was forced to open fire.
They're gonna force and crown, force and crown, force and crown. Force and crown, force and crown. Hey, hands, hands, hands! Hands! Hey, watch out, hold on. Hands! Passenger! Hey, slow down, slow down, slow down. Hey, get some cover.
Sirens tore through the air over Houston. Police pursued the suspects across multiple streets until the front tire blew out, forcing the car to stop near the 7600 block of Wallaceville Road. All three suspects were quickly taken into custody through a strict and methodical control procedure.
Get some cover. Turn off your sirens, turn off your sirens.
Yep, I agree, Mind of Z. Spineless bastards.
Hands up. Keep them up. Step away. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Hey, get the passenger back. Turn off the fucking sirens.
Should have got him further back.
Turn off the sirens.
Yeah, turn off the siren. Damn.
Should have got him further back.
Hey, get the passenger in custody. Go with passengers.
No, you got more. You got more.
Hey, just get one at a time. One at a time. Watch crossfire. Hey, take that guy into custody. The guy, hey, no, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up.
One at a time. Walk backwards.
Slow down, slow down, slow down. Take your time.
Walk towards me. Walk towards my voice.
Okay, we have 3 occupants. We're getting the passenger detained.
Yeah, of course.
Right now.
Of course it's Houston.
Is there
A
anyone else
fucking
inside?
liberal piece of shit
There's
city.
only 3 of y'all. Okay, driver, stand up. Okay, lift the collar of your jacket and lift it up. Lift it up, show me skin. Face away. Show us skin. Take off your jacket. Pull up your collar. Pull up your collar. Okay, start walking back.
That's the way
Keep
it's supposed
coming.
to be.
Hands up. Hands up. Keep coming. Keep
One
coming.
person gives commands.
Keep coming. Y'all go
Just
ahead.
like this.
Keep coming. Keep coming. Get on your knees. Get on your knees. Hands behind your back.
Now that's how it's done. That's what we call a felony takedown. Okay? It's a felony takedown or a felony stop since they were in a vehicle. One person gives commands, not several. So the suspect can hear and understand what the commands are. You don't want chaos in a stressful situation.
I can't. Hey, passenger. Possible third suspect in the back. Getting him out right now. Hold on.
One at a time.
Let me see both hands. Both hands.
Crossfire.
Take that guy into custody. The guy, no.
No. Párate. Hold on. One
Yeah,
at
it's
a time.
felony stop.
Walk backwards. Walk backwards.
Take your time.
Walk towards me. Walk towards my voice. I'm going hands.
Okay, we have 3 occupants. We're getting the passenger.
We don't know.
And see, this other officer on the driver's side of this patrol unit couldn't resist to open his fucking mouth. I'd have said, shut up. Shut your mouth. Julio, listen to me. Listen to my voice.
There's more.
We got everyone laid out right now.
Hey, Miss Bridge.
Anyone else inside?
Did you miss my butterfly, Miss Bridge? I think so. You don't have to admit it. It's okay. I already know. It's okay.
Take him back home.
There's only 3 of y'all.
Okay. Whatever unmarks on North Lakeside right now, you got no tail lights on.
I've never seen that before. Did you guys witness what I just witnessed? They just did a felony stop. They had them walk backwards, get on their knees, get on their stomach. You don't let them get back up off their stomach until they're cuffed. Why the fuck did this officer let the guy get back up? I don't get it. Maybe I missed something. He should have had him get on his knees, on his stomach, just like the rest of them, and put your knee in his neck and cuff him while he's face down on the concrete.
We don't know there's more.
We got everyone laid out right now.
Anyone else inside? Take him back home.
There's only 3 of y'all.
Oh, that's excellent, Miss Bridge. I thought that was supposed to happen last night, by the way.
Lakeside right now, you got no tail lights on. Clear the air.
Okay, let the collar.
What the fuck? Are you kidding me? They're letting these guys stand back up and keep walking back. Once they're flat on their fucking face on that concrete, the only thing they're going to feel is my knee in their neck and cuffs going on their wrist. I don't want them to stand back up. I have not patted them down yet. I don't want this to turn into a shootout. Because he had time to lay there and think while he's laying on his belly. No.
Lift it up.
Hey.
Lift it up. Show me skin. Face away.
Okay, Miss Bridge, that's excellent.
Pull up your collar. Pull up your collar. Okay.
Your collar?
Walking back. Keep coming. Hands up. Hands up. Keep coming. Keep coming.
I've never.
Turn around. Turn around.
That's stupid to let it. Once they're down, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, you don't let them get back up until they have the cuffs on, and you have to help them stand back up. I've never seen nothing like that before. That's just insane. They just threw safety completely off the fucking cliff here. You never do that. So you got a bunch of fucking idiots that don't know what the fuck they're doing, putting everybody's life in danger at this scene by letting them stand back up.
I'll go hands on him. All right, I'm gonna go. I got a lethal.
God, law enforcement has changed so much.
All right, start walking back, slowly.
Spineless
Keep going,
bastards, man.
Keep going, keep going.
No common sense in law enforcement anymore.
Get my phone, my phone.
Give me one more.
Now, do you know how easy, look, I just want to show you. Look how easy, right here. Do you know how easy it would be for Jose right there to reach out and snatch that gun out of that officer's hand? He's only holding it with one hand. And he's not on high alert or anything. He's just holding it like you could slap his wrist and he'd drop it on the ground. It would be so easy for Jose to snatch that gun out of that officer's hand and open fire. Now you got a shootout. Why? You could have just left him on the ground, face down, went over there, put your knee in his fucking neck, and handcuffed him.
Get my phone, my
wow.
phone.
Give me one more.
No common sense in law enforcement anymore.
I don't got nothing.
No one was injured during the entire confrontation. Officers recovered 3 firearms,
pure luck.
one inside the car and 2 others thrown from the vehicle during the chase. Under Texas state law, Ronnie Leonardo Hernandez, 18, the driver was charged with aggravated assault of a public servant in the 209th District Court. The 2 other suspects, Cristian Rolando Gutierrez Bonilla, 19, and Victor Jesus Rauda Lopez, 20.
And can we add illegal aliens?
Were charged with criminal trespass in Harris County Criminal Courts number 3 and number 5. Hard to believe that 3 young men armed and fresh from a robbery would go as far as using a car to charge at police. And if that bullet hadn't missed, would we still call it a justified response or a tragedy? At approximately 3:04 a.m. on April 20th, 2025, in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, police received a report of an armed suspect threatening civilians at the Super 6 Inns and Suites located at 9901 Gwenadelle Ave. Officers David Jennings and Gene Mizell quickly arrived at the scene and located the suspect, 34-year-old Kevin Valian, seated in a vehicle with its alarm blaring.
Hey, man. Put your hands up and walk towards me.
Well, I wash my hands.
Put your hands up and walk towards me.
See?
Hey, man.
Very
show me
clean.
your hands. 3536. We got one at gunpoint. Get out the car and show me your hands. Show me your hands, man. Show me your hands.
From their vantage point, officers couldn't clearly see what Valian was holding, forcing them to keep a safe distance while repeatedly shouting for him to exit the vehicle with his hands raised. However, Valian not only ignored the commands, but also grew increasingly aggressive. And then, what happened next was something no one expected.
Exit the vehicle and put your...
Suddenly, he opened the car door and fired at the officers. Faced with a rapidly escalating threat, one officer immediately returned fire, striking the suspect within seconds.
Good. Another piece of shit off planet Earth.
3536. Shots fired.
Right after the shooting, officers moved in and discovered that Valian had been holding an AR-style rifle. Police immediately began CPR while waiting for medical personnel to arrive.
I'm not giving that fucking Jungle Bunny CPR. Ain't no fucking way. Ugh. He can lay there and bleed until EMS gets on the scene.
Valian was later pronounced dead.
Good.
No officers were injured in the incident. At the scene, police recovered both an assault rifle and a handgun from Valian. Both officers involved were placed on administrative leave in accordance with standard internal investigation procedures.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Fuel's coming up.
That was a good shot.
On May 8th, 2025 at 12:49 p.m., Ocala police received a report of an armed robbery at the TD Bank located at 2437 SE 17th Street. Randall Williford, 37, stormed into the bank with a gun, demanded cash, and fled with over $6,900. He took off in a black pickup truck driven by Amanda Bishop, 34, with Andre Baker, 36, riding as a passenger. Police quickly located the vehicle and initiated a high-speed pursuit, reaching up to 90 miles per hour.
Looks like it's going to be black male subject wearing all black, possibly with a baseball-style t-shirt, red sleeves. That unit going past fire department, they cannot let us go through. They got that gas certificate. Coming up to baseline, speed 70, light traffic. He's having to pass other eastbound cars.
There we go.
I'll let you know which direction. So southbound, light traffic, speed 90.
That's a good idea, Miss Bridge.
The truck tore through intersections running red lights and kicking up dust, disrupting traffic and endangering everyone in its path. And then, the pickup crashed into a retention pond near the Southern Pig and Cattle Restaurant. An officer fired at Williford as he ran with a weapon in hand. The bullet tore through his wrist, dropping him to the ground instantly. Within less than 10 seconds, the entire area was locked down. Officers took all 3 suspects into custody, ending a wild chase that could have ended in tragedy.
Westbound 38th Street, heading back out towards Temple rollover.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! He's running on the ground!
Fuel's coming up.
Damn, that was a good shot. While he was running. Good shot.
Don't move!
Damn.
Shots fired. We're going to give them now. Several shots fired.
I mean, running and took the shot and bullseye.
The shooting is now under investigation by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Randall Lee Williford faces charges of armed robbery, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, and tampering with evidence. Amanda Jean Bishop was charged with armed robbery and fleeing from police with disregard for public safety. Andre Javon Baker was also charged with armed robbery. Given the use of a firearm and the severity of the crimes, all 3 suspects are now staring down decades behind bars or more. Austin, Texas, at 9:50 a.m. on May 17th, 2025, 911 dispatchers received a series.
Miss Bridge, can you pass on a message to Patriot? Tell him I hate him.
Series of frantic calls from the area of 1700 West William Cannon Drive. In those calls, multiple witnesses described a disturbing scene. A man in a wheelchair silently...
I got to make a trip to your house. Me and Patriot need to hang out and make sure it's a grill day. It's got to be a grill day when I get there.
Positioned in the middle of the road with a black handgun resting on his lap. The armed individual was quickly identified as Danny Palomino. Without delay, Austin police deployed multiple units to the scene.
Get it. Get. Frank 210, direction of fire is going to be westbound. He's in the middle lane. Stop, sir. Stop. Stop where you're going. Stop. Frank 210, he is going eastbound on the north curb line. Direction of fire, still going to be westbound.
I'm going to set that up real quick. I like that idea. Where's my Botrix? Right there.
There is what appears to be a black pistol.
That's a great idea, Miss Bridge.
Stop! Put your hands up!
Shit. Damn it.
Put your hands up!
When ordered to stop, Palomino ignored the commands and continued moving. Officer Jackson followed closely behind while issuing verbal orders for nearby bystanders to evacuate the area. Suddenly, Palomino turned around, pulled out the black handgun, and pointed it directly at Officer Jackson. Faced with a clear and imminent threat, the officer was forced to open fire to ensure safety.
Drop the gun! Let me see your hands! Drop the gun! Hands up!
Palomino was immediately transported to South Austin Hospital. Despite emergency medical efforts, he did not survive. Fortunately, no officers or civilians were injured. However, the incident left behind troubling questions. A man in a wheelchair, for reasons unknown, carried a replica handgun and displayed threatening behavior in the middle of a public street. What made him act this way? Was he reaching out for help or intentionally heading toward a tragic end? This was a situation no one wanted, and it serves as a somber reminder of the complexities that can lie hidden within a person, things we often cannot see from the outside.
Behind your back. Behind your back.
Louisville, Kentucky. Around 12:30 p.m. on April 20th, 2025, Louisville police received an emergency call from the 3300 block of Arterburn Avenue. The caller reported that a man named Atum McCollum, 36 years old, was screaming loudly, appeared to be intoxicated, and had just smashed the window of an apartment. More concerning, he was seen holding a kitchen knife. Officers were immediately dispatched to the scene.
All right now.
What's the matter? None at all. Huh? Not at all. None at all.
Howdy. What you got in your pocket there?
Got it.
None at all.
Thank you, Miss Bridge.
It is.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, if you reach for that knife, I'm going to shoot you. You understand that? You understand what I'm saying?
You can't arrest me. You Mason?
I'm not arresting you. I'm just telling you, if you reach for that knife, I'm going to shoot you.
Are you a Mason?
You understand that?
Or are you Mason?
No, I'm not a Mason.
Yeah, you are.
Are you?
I'd be like, I will blow your black ass head off. You understand me, Slick? Go ahead, reach for that knife and see what happens.
You are.
Okay.
I'm hot to me, so don't even.
So that was for, you put this, darling, you put this in the chat, and I just used it as a timer. I just put it on as a timer, and I was just saying thank you. Of course, I took the Rumble part out because it's going to go to YouTube and Kick and all that. But when you see that, Miss Bridge, and all my mods, if you could take and copy that and put it on Rumble, because it doesn't go on Rumble. If I put it in there right now, it does, but if you do, it won't. Let's go.
What's going on with you?
Nothing. She's like that all the time.
See, I don't give a shit what's going on with him. I only care about the situation right now. What's he doing? I don't give a shit if his Twinkies went stale and his wife didn't get him any ding-dongs. I don't care.
So what's going on with you?
No, stop right there. Stop.
We need to talk to you to find out what's going on.
I don't need to talk to him. Go ahead and put him in cuffs right now. If they would take his ass to the ground, that settles everything, right?
No.
When officers approached, they discovered the suspect had a knife hidden in his pocket. Despite being clearly warned and ordered to comply, the man resisted, behaved erratically, and refused to cooperate. What happened next became a stark reminder of the price that can come with ignoring police commands.
All right, put your hands behind your back.
No.
Put your hands behind your back.
No.
Put your hands behind your back. Behind your back.
Pepper spray him now. Just load his face up with pepper spray.
Put your hands behind your back.
No.
Put your hands behind your back.
No.
Put your hands behind your back. Put them on your back.
Dang. I heard a gunfire. Shots fired.
Start EMS code 3. You got a male subject with a gunshot to the head. You all right?
Yes. Are you okay?
Yeah.
That's all that matters. Fuck him. Piece of shit. He was warned.
All right. Stay here. I'm gonna get.
Shortly after emergency medical personnel arrived and began administering aid to McCollum on the spot.
Did you hear that? Once EMS arrived and began giving, see, the officers didn't give any first aid. That's the way it should be. You don't give any medical treatment to a fucking criminal. Period.
Was quickly transported to the University of Louisville Hospital in critical condition. However, due to the severity of the head injury, McCollum did not survive and was pronounced dead at the hospital. Under Kentucky law, had McCollum survived, he would likely have faced multiple serious charges, including assaulting a police officer with a deadly weapon, resisting arrest possession of a weapon while intoxicated, and destruction of private property. In addition to potential prison time, these charges could have resulted in tens of thousands of dollars in fines, depending on the damage and severity of his actions. But now, no court proceedings, no sentences are necessary because the price McCollum paid was his life.
Saves all the taxpayers all that money.
A series of wrong decisions made in just a few minutes of defiance.
That looked like the officer giving CPR, didn't it?
Ow, fuck.
Hey, Chris. I don't know why either, buddy.
Logan County, Oklahoma. At around 1:30 p.m. on April 2nd, 2025, deputies Kayumars Nirumandi and Captain Tom Kutai responded to a mobile home after receiving a report about a man harassing his ex-wife. The woman said the person harassing her was her former husband, 45-year-old Jeremy Dean Barnett, who was also wanted by authorities. As Captain Kutai approached the door, the woman told him Barnett was hiding near the pool.
Hello, Sheriff's Office.
Hey, she's getting some water right now. He's over there hiding by the pool.
By the pool. Where's the pool?
Yeah, where's the fucking pool?
Jeremy, you run from... Whoa!
Ow, fuck.
Just as Kutai moved closer, Barnett suddenly opened fire. The entire incident was captured on the officers' body cams. In the following footage, blood can be seen dripping from Captain Kutai's chest onto his hand. Moments later, Deputy Nirumandi also radioed that he had been shot. With no other option, both officers were forced to take
don't know where
cover
Logan
to
County
preserve
is
their
either.
lives.
County, I'm hit.
Oh, shit. He got hit. Damn it. Yeah, they don't play in Oklahoma. Damn.
County, give me some units out here.
I'm hit. Where are you hit, Nero? Where you hit? You see him? He's still up, moving. He's down on the ground, still where you were at with the rifle.
A third officer, Major Greg Randolph, who was hiding behind trees nearby, returned fire and struck Barnett, causing him to flee.
Do you have visual on him?
I don't. Do you guys?
No, I don't. I don't know if he's moved or not after I shot him, because I haven't seen him move anywhere. I know he fired one more time, but since then I haven't seen movement, and I do not have eyes on him.
Shortly afterward, with aerial support from McIntyre Law Chopper 4 police located Barnett and confirmed he was deceased. Had he survived, Jeremy Dean Barnett could have faced multiple serious charges under Oklahoma law, including first-degree attempted murder, armed assault on a law
Thank you for
enforcement
the warning,
officer,
Miss Bridge.
and possession of a firearm while being a wanted fugitive. These charges could have carried penalties.
Now, do you guys see a pattern? Every time all these shootings is with convicted felons. It's usually got a rap sheet 16, 18, 20 pages long. It's not their first rodeo. They've been a menace to our society for years. So don't feel sorry for these pieces of shit.
Ranging from life imprisonment to the death penalty, depending on the severity and consequences of his actions. Beyond the legal implications, the incident left a profound impact on the local police force. All three involved officers were placed on administrative leave to recover physically and mentally. It stands as a stark reminder that law enforcement is not only fraught with danger, but also demands unwavering courage. It is truly admirable that in a life or death situation, the officers remained calm, coordinated effectively, and protected one another to the very end. Being a police officer in this country has never been an easy job.
Chicago police, yo, hey, attention! Good! We got it good!
In the early afternoon of March 20th, 2025, the Chicago Police Department CPD received an emergency call related to a domestic dispute at a residence in a suburban neighborhood. Upon receiving the information, officers immediately arrived at the scene to assess the situation.
Chicago Emergency, Mahaffey. Hello? My sister called for emergency and she said they were going to call me, but I can't answer it now. But my mom's inside. What's the problem? What's going on there?
Correct, Scott.
Her boyfriend
They don't work.
He
The
put it
criminals
on
are
me,
going to
and
get
my
a
mom
gun.
said, tell me I could go to school. So I ran to my, I told him my sister was getting me, and I ran to my auntie house, and he was in there hitting her. He already been to jail before. His name is
Correct, Chris.
How old are you? 15. So, where are you right now? I'm with my auntie. She stays over here. Did he look like he was drunk, or did he look like he was drunk or impaired by drugs? Does he do drugs? No. He was telling me he was a gangster or some stuff. He got teardrops on his face and tattoos on his face. I'll send police there. How will police get in? Did you leave the door unlocked? No, I can't. Did you want me to leave my keys over there? I really don't want you to go back there. How far away are you? Not far. It's walking distance. I was just like a 30-minute, not 30-minute, like a 45-second walk. Okay, so can you see police when they pull up? Yeah. Okay, so when you see the police, you can come out, okay? All right, I'll send them there. Okay.
How you doing? What's going on?
He's been to jail before. I stood at the police.
Where's your mom?
No shit. That's a surprise. He's been to jail before. Really?
Okay. All right, let me get one more car to be out back, okay? 511. Miss?
Can I get in the car?
Yeah, you send one more car this way so you can cover the back. The caller is out here now. She's got keys to the apartment. Says she's still inside and he's been to jail for shooting at the police before. So here's the thing. I need to ask you one thing from you, okay?
Yeah.
We got another unit coming so we can cover the back, okay?
Okay.
Once we go, I need you to come up. You got to unlock the door and then just get the hell out of the way, okay? I can't just make entry into your house, but if you let us in, then that's okay, okay? Does that sound good to you? Can I give you the keys back here?
Should we do it now?
No, we're going to wait for one more car to get up here to cover the back door. And then...
No, you can't do that. A juvenile can't give you permission to enter the home. What is this officer talking about? I'm just telling you what the law is. A juvenile can't give you the authority to do jack shit. Okay.
Then we'll go up there, okay? Are you talking to your mom now, or is it your aunt?
My dad.
Your dad? Okay.
I would not want to be the officer on the stand when the attorney's asking me how did I have legal right to enter that home.
Describe this guy to me.
It's a terrible idea. She's 16 years old. She cannot give me authorization to enter anybody's home. Not hers, not nowhere. And she doesn't even live there at that home. She's got a key to it, but that's not her home. That's her uncle's home. So even if she was an adult, she can't give me access to the house. It's not her residence.
He's like 5'9", 5'8".
Okay.
I know his name.
Okay. Is he a fat guy or skinny guy?
He's like, no, oh, sorry. He's like a little kind of boy.
You just call him my partner fat?
No.
And you saw the gun today?
Yeah, he got tattoos on his face.
Did you see the...
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to say this. What difference does it make that this tattooed idiot is in his own residence with a gun? I don't give a shit. That's not illegal. He's not committed any crime. I'm sure he's a straight piece of shit criminal. Absolutely. But at this point, all you have is a 15-year-old girl calling saying my uncle's got a gun inside of his house. So fucking what? There's been no crime committed. And I have no probable cause to enter that residence. Anything that happens the moment I go through that threshold is my fault.
Did you see the gun today?
Yeah, he had put it to my head, and then my mom got in front of me. Put it
Oh, he's got it pointed at his mama? Oh, I didn't hear that part.
to her head. He kept hitting her.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Then that's a crime. Yeah, if he's pointing the gun at her mother, yeah, okay. Then they don't need her permission to enter the house. They can kick the fucking door in and go in if they believe somebody's life is in danger inside that residence.
Yeah, once the other car unit gets here, we'll go inside, make sure your mom's all right, okay?
Okay, thanks for pointing that out, baby girl. Thank you.
Okay.
I didn't see that part.
He is too.
You know, top right room is where he's at?
Can I go do it now?
No, we're gonna wait a second. You got...
And I suppose that's still...
Yeah, Chris says, oh my God, it's shocking. They have a gun in the house.
You want to come in the front with us? Whatever you want to have. We got a two-man unit out back, okay?
You got two-man unit out back already?
No. With these guys here, we'll get in the back.
Okay,
Yeah, you want to rifle up on this one or not?
Yeah, I can do that.
One second, we just gotta wait for that other unit. Oh, what the fuck's taking them so long? No, hold on one sec, all right? Just 1 minute. We're gonna have whoever gets here next. When 512 gets here, they're coming, right? Yeah. If you want to go out back with them, we're just gonna go in with Bar in the front. She got the keys here. Supposedly he's in the upper right bedroom with mom. I guess he's with mom. I guess he shot at the police before. So, what's up?
I was talking to my sister.
Okay.
The dead animal?
This is our mom's boyfriend. Yeah, she's talking to Dad now. 5'11", mobile 5'12". What's your ETA? When we go up there, I want you to get right
Patriot and I were like stunned
and as soon
house.
as you unlock, you come right back here. We'll leave the car unlocked. You just hop in, okay? Actually, you know what? Since 512 will be in the back, can you walk her back to the car and just have her sit down in here? Is that cool?
Look, that's your police force. They're all looking like, what the fuck is he talking about? Because they're probably all three of them high on weed. They just got done with a joint. And huh? Wait, I'm going to the side or you're going to the front? No, you go to the front. What? Criminals watching criminals.
Toss her the keys. I got my thing in the back too, so don't leave it locked up. Okay, so follow me to the door, and as soon as you unlock the door, go with this officer right back to the car, okay? All right, hold on 1 second. And we're gonna take the front. She's got the keys, it's the daughter, right in the middle.
This guy had a shooting right in this unit.
Okay. If you guys could just loop around the back end, just in case he tries to score. He's supposed to be in the upper right bedroom right now, okay? All good, man? All right. Supposedly he shot at the police. We'll go up there together anyway. Supposedly he shot at the police, so be careful, all right? All right, come on. Shot at the police. Okay? Go with your partner, eh?
Now, Miss T Gun on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, said exactly what I was thinking. And I was about to mention it, like, oh my God, because I believe from Baby Girl the report was, and I didn't hear this, I'm taking it from Baby Girl. This 15-year-old's mother is inside this residence, and the uncle has a gun on her. That's pretty freaking, high up there as far as crime goes. There should be a little urgency. But Miss T Gun said, glad it's not an emergency. Takes so long. Are they waiting for another unit? Like what? We're having a glee club meeting out here in the parking lot while some woman has got a gun aimed at her? Don't be in any hurry now. You can't make this shit up. This is what happens when you got a bunch of fucking hood rats as police officers.
From the caller about the situation, inside officers quickly devised an intervention plan. Realizing the incident might involve a weapon, they proceeded into the home.
I wouldn't let that little girl nowhere near this scene. She's staying in that patrol unit.
With caution. However, just a few steps past the threshold, they unexpectedly encountered an armed man, later identified as 43-year-old Devin Smith. He was holding a victim inside a bedroom and showed signs of being extremely dangerous. As soon as the officers approached, the victim bolted out of the room in a panic. At the same moment, Smith pointed a gun at the officers. Faced with a direct threat to their lives, one of the officers was forced to fire in self-defense and to protect the victim.
All right, go with her, okay? Ready? Police!
Now, didn't the officer just tell that 15-year-old earlier that he can't gain entry to the house? That she has to unlock it? I'm just repeating.
Police! Check that real quick. Chicago Police, anybody home?
Now, just to backtrack, these officers have full probable cause to be in this residence now. I said earlier they didn't. That's before Baby Girl pointed out to me that there's a victim inside the house that's being held at gunpoint. That changes everything. He's not just inside of his residence holding a gun. He's got a victim. And we don't need the girl's permission to enter.
Chicago Police! Wait for Buck. Let me go first. I don't want you to get a shot tonight. Chicago Police! Hold on the door. Chicago Police, yo! Hey, attention! Good! We got it good! All good, get up here. Bedroom. 511, send an EMS. Offenders down, weapon recovered. Give me a sergeant over here. Secure the gun.
Yep, handcuffed. I was wondering if they were going to handcuff him. That's what you always do. You always handcuff.
Say yes. Tell him
I don't care if he's deceased. We are not the coroner, ladies and gentlemen. We can't pronounce him dead. We don't assume he's dead. We handcuff. I am not a medical professional. Go ahead, Miss Baby Girl. What's your question?
Fucking Christ, man. Woo! Jesus Christ. All right. Someone stand down real quick, just down here for me. Don't go up on top because he's bleeding like crazy. Okay. What's up? That ain't gonna work on this one, man. Someone come up, secure the rest of these bedrooms with me.
No.
Is the victim okay?
No, baby girl. The sarge does not have to be called with every call, but a supervisor needs to be en route to the scene if there's a shooting. Because once I'm involved in a shooting, I'm out. I'm done. I call my POP rep. My POP rep comes to the scene. I don't say a fucking word. I don't give a statement to my sarge, my lieutenant. I keep my mouth shut. I don't talk to other officers. It's going to have to be subpoenaed for questioning if I talk to them about it. I just keep my mouth shut and wait for my POP rep. But I'm done. I am immediately on suspension during the investigation. So the lieutenant or the sergeant or the captain, whoever's out there, has to come to the scene and take the scene over because it's no longer my scene. If that makes any sense.
The lady, she ran out the front door, man. Okay. Hey, Dylan, get up here. Yeah, well, whoever, just help clear the rest.
No, not in car wrecks. No. If there's a fatality on a vehicle accident, which is really not an accident, there's no such thing as a vehicle accident. It's a fucktard not paying attention behind the wheel. But if there's a fatality, I don't need to call the sergeant. I mean, I was level 3 accident investigator, so I could work that accident. I don't have to call anybody. Well, we call the coroner and we call the ambulance and all, of course, but I don't need a sergeant at the scene. But in a shooting, you do. Not just the sergeant. It could be a sergeant or a lieutenant or a captain or the chief, or whoever.
Come on up, man. You're good. Come on up.
But I can't turn that scene over to another officer. It has to be a supervisor. Because, like I said, I'm out of it now because I was involved in a shooting. I give that scene to a supervisor, not another officer. If that makes any sense at all. But that's just the way it works.
I didn't know that was the same one. I apologize. We got a first aid. It ain't gonna be.
Thank you for the question, darling. I wish more people would ask questions. Nobody asks questions. Everybody wants to talk about my fucking butterfly and shit. Ask questions. I'm more than happy to answer them. If I don't know, I'm going to say, I don't fucking know. Look it up.
You can try if you want. I'm not telling you that. He's in that go around. He's in this sort of go around. He's right there by the door. Oh, over here? Yeah. Yep. Everybody's good, right, John? 5'11". Everybody's good. Feathers down. Just to get this one.
What they're doing now is sweeping the house to make sure there's no other suspects or victims. Make sure he didn't shoot some girl and put her in the closet. They're sweeping the whole house.
So we get some tape and stuff. Yeah. I'm going to go.
Texas said on Kick, did you check your thong? That's none of your business unless you're a female. Okay? I'm just throwing it out there. It's females only kind of deal.
Downstairs meeting with us.
I'm not even going to ask you, Texas, why you're interested in that. I don't want to know. So, Pat, when it's obvious when the suspect is DOA, like head is off the shoulder, then can you... No. A police officer, a deputy sheriff, state trooper, no officer can pronounce somebody dead. That takes a doctor or the coroner. So we can't pronounce them dead. We can assume in our own mind, yeah, this some bitch is dead or nail. But you still cuff them.
Okay.
It is the pink one, darling. It is the pink one. Hey, I got good news. I got 2 new pair of thongs. Yep, they came in Thursday. 2 brand new pair. A pink one and a purple one. I mean, that was for the ladies. Guys, just 1022 what I just said. That was directed at the ladies.
Immediately afterward, officers called for emergency medical assistance. Devin Smith was transported to the University of Chicago Medical Center, but doctors were unable to save him. He was pronounced dead just minutes.
No, it's always a thick, never a thin. Thick. Well, it's not really thick. But it's not a piece of string either, Miss Bridge. It's thick. We're talking about the thong, not anything else. Okay? Just to be clear. You guys are nasty.
Had he survived, Smith could have faced multiple serious charges.
You know what? I'm thinking I need to start streaming on that fans page, OnlyFans. I need to start streaming on OnlyFans. I think I'd make a lot more money. I think I'd have a lot more viewers just doing what I'm doing right now. In uniform, just streaming on OnlyFans. Then I could at least show my butterfly if it was a must. Yeah. Now I'm going to look into that, set that shit up. Does your thong cause friction sparks when you... No. Not at all.
Charges.
And guys, I'm not kidding. And I'm not embarrassed about it. It wasn't sexual. It was nothing. When I was on duty, oh yeah, I wore a thong. You damn right I did. Those fucking tighty-whities bit into your butt cheek sitting in that patrol unit. You get out to run and like somebody ripped the skin off your ass. Oh yeah. I'm 118 pounds. I don't have a lot of meat on my bones, right? So yeah, Deputy Small, who was a female with the Sheriff's Department, is the one that turned me on to that, and the pantyhose during the wintertime. So it was the worst thing ever for the first couple of days. Then you get used to them, you don't even feel it anymore. But they're comfortable, very comfortable. But I got 2 new pair in. I think that's something to talk about. Wait till I get on OnlyFans. Oh fuck, I'm gonna blow it up. Hell yeah. No, I can't wear boxers. I don't like that shit on my legs, and no, can't wear them.
Including armed assault on a law enforcement officer.
No leopard thong. I've never even owned a leopard thong. It's usually just colors. Pink. My favorite's pink because it goes with my flesh color. Pink, red, green, purple, black. Calm down, Texas. Just breathe, man. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Breathe. Calm down. No panic attack here.
Unlawful detainment and...
I do have a hot pink one, yeah. Of course, I didn't buy that one. That was bought for me.
Aggravated threats with a firearm. Depending on the charges, the sentence could have reached up to 30 years in prison, possibly more if classified as a repeat violent offender, especially given his criminal history.
So let's go.
That's Jesus, bitch! That's Jesus, bitch!
Morning of April 4th, 2025. The sky was slate gray, offering no warning. A report had just come in a single vehicle crash near the Ohio-Pennsylvania border. A patrol officer headed out. No weapon drawn, no body armor, just another routine traffic response. But the man inside that wrecked car was no ordinary man. His name was Deshaun Leith, a name tied to 10 felony convictions.
Wow.
A man who had slipped through police hands.
Chris, I didn't realize that. I didn't even hear about it until a few months back when DMS came in and said, do you have an OnlyFans page? And I'm like, what is that? But we're also talking about a guy that didn't know what pegging was either. I knew what a strap-on was, but I didn't know what pegging was. I didn't know the two were connected in any way. I knew a strap-on. I'd heard that before. I've even seen them in the line of duty in people's bedrooms and shit. You don't want to touch them. It's like, oh, that will eat through my fucking latex glove. I'm not touching it. So, yeah.
Hands more than once.
I also had one of those spider sprinkles with those rubber hoses.
Arrested again,
I didn't have
wouldn't
that.
happen without bloodshed.
There's a piece of shit.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Where's Tarzan?
You a devil. What's going on, man? What's going on? In the name of Jesus, watch out. In the name of Jesus, watch out.
Has he got a knife in his hand?
In the name of Jesus, stop, bitch. Hey, Lord, bow down. Jesus, Lord, bow down. Don't touch me, you're gonna die. Next time you touch me, you're gonna die. Next time you touch me, you're gonna die. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
Yeah, I realize that, Trooper. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Gonna work at Spencer's. Holy shit. Spencer's was the store in the mall that had all the fucking strobe lights and all the tricks and the gags. And I remember Spencer's. Back in the 80s, we used to love that shit. It had the glowing posters you could put on your wall with the blue lights and shit. They still have them. Oh, I'll be damned. I thought they went out of business a long time. Yeah, the lava lamps. But I never saw a strap-on in there. I thought that's what we were talking about. And you said, yeah, Spencer's. I must have missed that aisle. Damn it. Wait, now they have sex toys. Do they really? God. Swimbo? What's Swimbo? Hey, Scott, what's Swimbo? Now it's common for people to go there to joke around and laugh about it. Yep.
5 team, please.
As the officer approached, Leith tried to block him. What started as threats quickly escalated into physical resistance, but the young officer stood his ground, calm, composed, in control. What he didn't know was that he was standing in front of a man about to crush the law with fists and fury. Just 20 seconds later, Leith ran. But it wasn't retreat, it was bait. As the officer turned back to his vehicle, Leith turned too and attacked. Fast, brutal, without mercy.
Hey, you gotta go down.
Yeah, because he's a piece of shit.
That's Jesus, bitch. That's Jesus, bitch. Bitch. That's Jesus. Oh, get down on the ground.
They even have coffee mugs in the shape of boobs. Yeah, I remember that.
Jesus. Okay, let's see.
Pepper spray would have done wonders. Pepper spray him.
Get down the
What are you doing? Pepper spray.
I'm strong. I'm a Jesus woman.
The brawl erupted in the middle of the street. He punched.
Pepper spray
the officer
him.
fought back. A violent struggle for survival. Leith overpowered him. One crushing slam and the officer's body cam hit the pavement. From that moment on, everything spiraled out of control and off the record. But Leith didn't stop. He didn't just want to flee. He wanted dominance.
And then you start the car. Go. You took the patrol car. Went into Pennsylvania.
Right in front of stunned bystanders, Leith jumped into the patrol car, started it, drove off like it was his, tires screaming, sirens silent. He turned a symbol of justice into a weapon of escape. From Ohio to Pennsylvania, multiple agencies joined the chase. They knew exactly who they were up against, and they knew if he got away, more blood would follow. The pursuit stretched across miles, every turn a brush with death, until officers executed a perfect pit maneuver and the stolen patrol car flipped.
I think that,
So we were sitting down, right?
That's what happens, Chris. More times than not, it's the officer's ego that gets in the way of them using pepper spray. Oh, I can take him. Oh, I'll slam his ass on the ground. He's no match for me. It's ego. I didn't have that kind of ego. I loved me. I'm protecting me. Pepper spray. I wanted nothing to happen to my butterfly, Chris. But that's what it is.
And I told him about the
Pepper spray is so easy. And it's like 10 minutes in a can, they go to the ground. Sometimes it takes 10 seconds, sometimes it takes a couple minutes. But during those 2 minutes, they're still like, oh, but they always end up on the ground. There's no ego there.
Right? And I told him about us looking forward. There ain't no next place mentality.
I hope he breaks his fucking hood rat neck. Piece of shit.
Anything that is not of you in the name of Jesus, I bind it up right now. I calm the spirit down because I know Jesus is the best. I know it's a calm spirit, man. I know it's to protect the spirit. I know the devil is not nobody. I know the devil is just somebody that somebody thinks of. I know it's a conscience. There's not a monster. There's only conscience. And the devil, God is seeing you down right now. He's seeing you down right now. And I'm praying in the name of Jesus. There's nothing that can stop me. I swear to God in the name of Jesus, I repent for anything that is not of Jesus.
As officers approached the wreck, they found Leith still alive. He resisted.
That's unfortunate.
One final fight broke out, a struggle that would end it all. An officer fired, and Leith, the man who had shaken an entire border region, collapsed for the last time. The officer who had first been attacked was aided by civilians and fellow officers. He survived, but what remained was a wave of questions that stunned the entire community. Leith's record was soon revealed in 2012. He'd been convicted in 9 home invasion cases.
Yeah, you hood rat piece of shit.
After spending over a decade behind bars, he was released in 2023. And the most shocking part, just months before the confrontation, Deshaun Leith, the man who once terrorized neighborhoods, had become executive director of a nonprofit. Its mission to mentor at-risk youth and reduce teen violence. He was seen as a symbol of rehabilitation until the mask fell off and the blood returned.
Yep.
Saved in Jesus' name! They're saved in Jesus' name forever! They're saved in Jesus' name forever!
You can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig. Okay, Miss Bridge. Hey, sexy butt. If I was there, I would hold both your butt cheeks in my hands and wish you a tremendous good luck. Squeeze, squeeze, good luck. It's just the way I do things, Miss Bridge.
Please don't shoot me! Please don't shoot me!
At 11.
No, he's not talking about pardoning Diddy. The reporter asked him about Diddy. And 20-something years ago, they were not like tight friends, but they knew each other. Until Trump ran for president, and then Diddy couldn't stand him. But he was just answering the question from the stupid-ass reporter.
11 a.m. on January 24, 2025, Fountain Valley Police received an emergency call. A shirtless man wearing only jeans had attempted to open.
Miss Bridge, is that thank you for squeezing your butt cheeks or holding them or for saying good luck? I mean, I said a lot of shit right there. I hope it's about the butt cheeks. But it's your call.
In a woman's car door near a middle school. The woman appeared terrified.
There is that. And doesn't Miss Susan D, she has some sweet-ass cheeks, doesn't she? I'm just saying for the record. She's, yeah, very sexy butt. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? That was meant just directly to Miss Bridge. So just 1020 to it, except Miss Bridge.
The caller believed the man was disturbed.
Oh, I thought we were going to use Skittles, but hey, if you're into boxes of cherries, we can use that too, darling. I'm easy.
An officer was immediately dispatched to the scene. In
Something
the area
wrong with
of
me.
Brookhurst and Slater, police located the suspect, Ocean McClintock.
Okay, good that you know.
When asked to sit down, he suddenly fled, running through several parking lots. The officer lost sight of him and radioed in. If the suspect keeps...
See, right here, ladies and gentlemen, would have been the perfect time for pepper spray. But as Chris said, that officer's ego gets in the way.
Running, just let him go.
on towards El Corazon.
I'd love to use cherries. Lay them right down the crack of your butt and eat each one of them. Wow.
Just 148 at this time.
Hear that Batman belt clinking? I've heard that sound many a time when I'm running.
The parking lot across from the PD.
However, a female
glad you
officer
said you know, Miss
encountered
Bridge.
McClintock shortly after. As she drew her weapon, he suddenly charged her, struggled with her, and managed to seize her firearm.
Oh, it's a female officer.
They're saying the Jesus name.
Is this a female officer? The guy said she.
Forever. They're saying the Jesus name forever.
Yeah, it's a female officer.
Oh my God. Forever. Jesus name. Please don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me.
Hearing her screams, the male officer rushed to help and found McClintock holding the gun. Despite repeated commands to drop the weapon, McClintock refused.
Yeah, think about it. That Batman belt is heavy. You got the gun, the cuffs, the aspeton, the pepper spray, the radio. Oh yeah, it's heavy. I had another Streamlight flashlight back here on my Batman belt. You just take all that equipment by itself and it's heavy. But then you got the weight of the basket weave Batman belt, and that's heavy all by itself.
And muttered something about Jesus, then climbed into the patrol vehicle. The officer then fired his weapon.
She's got her weapon. Put it down, dude. Put it down. Put it down. Hey, put it down. $998.
You're telling me he did all that and he didn't hit him?
Officers began first aid on McClintock until firefighters arrived.
I ain't doing first aid.
He was
Fuck
pronounced
first aid.
dead at the scene. No officers were injured. McClintock's family was devastated by the news. He was reportedly battling serious health issues, including hemophilia and joint pain after losing two close loved ones.
I'm not a fucking medical
They believe these
professional.
struggles contributed to
My job is not to go out there and distinguish whether he's mental or not. My job is to enforce the law. That's for the medical professionals to determine.
his erratic behavior that day. Police Chief Rod Cox stated that the investigation is ongoing and could take up to a year due to the involvement of an officer.
Up to a year to watch a video, to watch their body cam and say, oh, that was a good shoot. What? It's like a 2-minute fucking video. It takes a year? Well, obviously I didn't get the fucking memo because I watched hours of YouTube and it didn't take me a year.
Stop it!
Newport Beach, California, on Thursday, April 17th, 20...
Okay, right here. I'm going to run to the little girl's room. I'm going to leave this running. I'll be right back.
2025, at around 9:15 p.m., a Newport Beach police officer was traveling eastbound on West Coast Highway. As the officer stopped at a red light in the number 1 lane at the intersection of Superior Avenue and West Coast Highway, he noticed a motorcyclist running the red light. The rider was later identified as 45-year-old Jeffrey Sterling. The police immediately turned on their emergency lights and asked the motor to stop.
The plate is 26 Foxtrot 7064.
You okay?
Yes, I haven't been drinking all day. Fully sober. I'm just trying to stay safe. People have been listening to me all day, sir.
What's that?
People have been almost hitting me all day. And I'm trying to
Okay. You want to come over here and just take a seat right here?
No, I don't want to sit
Okay, just, I'm telling you, take a seat.
See, that's where officers fuck up. This officer's asking him, hey, you would like to come over here and take a seat right here? That's a question, not a command. I would say, hey, get off the bike, come over and sit down right here. Right there, don't move. You got any wet? And before he sat down, I'd pat him down. You got to give commands. You cannot charge someone with refusal to comply if you don't give them a command.
See right here. Come here.
I don't care if you tell me what you're telling me to do.
2-6, I'll take a kill one. Sit down, dude. Stop. Come here. Get off the bike. No. Sit down.
No.
Pepper spray
Down, dude.
You just pepper spray him right there.
After stopping the vehicle, Sterling quickly got off the motorcycle and immediately showed signs of resistance. The problem was that despite being asked to sit down several times for safety reasons, he refused to comply, becoming loud and increasingly agitated. What followed was something no one wanted to happen.
2-6, he's uncooperative. Come here, dude. Sit down. Don't get back on your bike. Don't get back on your bike. Sit down. Dude, you ran a red light. Just sit down and we'll figure it out, okay? Salgil, what's your name? What's your name?
Here, I'll show you my ID. I'm here.
The officer does not have control of the scene at all. And the first thing you want to do is get this idiot out of the roadway. He's too close to the roadway. One little drunk driver will come by and take that motorcycle and him with it. Common sense. That's all we deal with in law enforcement. Just common sense. Use that and you're fine.
I'm not gonna shoot you. Don't reach for fucking shit. How about that? Sit down, dude. We'll figure it out.
I don't want to sit down.
Okay, well, you're gonna sit down.
No, I don't want to sit down.
You're being detained right now. You're not free to leave. You're not free to get back on your bike. You're gonna sit down for me.
I have an ID. Can I get my ID?
No, just sit down over here.
I don't want to sit down over there.
I'd pepper spray him.
I don't have an ID.
Okay,
I don't want to
sit down.
I'd pepper spray him.
You
No
ran
doubt.
a light. You're pissing yourself.
No. I don't want to sit down over there.
2-6, just have them set up.
While the officer was momentarily distracted, Sterling suddenly lunged forward and launched a violent attack. He struck the officer multiple times in the head and quickly grabbed the taser from the officer.
And pepper spray, I know I can kick that till it's dead, but had the officer just pepper sprayed him, none of this would be happening. But the ego gets in their way. That's the only thing I can think. Of course, I've had officers say, damn, Patterson, you always pepper spray. I like slamming them on the ground. Okay, I said pepper spray them and then slam them on the ground then. That's fine. But at least they're not going to fight back.
Duty belt. The situation reached a critical point when Sterling pressed the taser against the back of the officer's head. After a tense struggle, the officer managed to break free, but when he saw Sterling turn and aim the taser at him, he was forced to open fire in self-defense. A few minutes after the shooting, the Newport Beach Fire Department arrived at the scene and took over medical treatment.
2-6, just have them set up.
Correct, Chris. You're exactly right.
Stop it!
Sterling was transported to a nearby hospital where he was later pronounced dead. The officer was treated for injuries sustained during the incident and was released from a local hospital. A civilian police employee who had been on a ride-along at the time of the incident remained in the vehicle and was not involved. Sterling's death marked the end of a string of dangerous actions, but it also raises questions about how such situations should be handled. What are your thoughts on this incident and the officers' response?
Pepper
Share
spray.
your opinions in the comments.
None of that would have happened if I'd have pepper sprayed him about less than a minute of approaching him. As soon as he got the attitude, I'm not sitting down. Shh. Okay, then you're going to lay down. Breathe, man. Just breathe. I am a trained professional when it comes to pepper spray. I know exactly how it works.
Below. At around 3:20 p.m. on April 14th, 2025 in San Diego, California,
Cortez
a
is
witness
a
notified the San Diego
illegal
Police
piece of shit.
Coordination Unit that he had seen a man wandering the streets with a rifle partially concealed inside his jacket near the area of Sanger Place and Blanche Street. The suspect was later identified as 37-year-old Enrique Cortez Jr. Surveillance footage shows Cortez switching the rifle for a handgun. He was seen threatening a cyclist right in the middle of the street. SWAT K-9 units and less lethal forces were immediately deployed. Officers arrived just a few houses away from where the caller said the shooting had occurred and made contact with the cyclist, a lucky survivor.
Inside.
Hey, if I was you, I'll go to that little park. Hey, to the little park.
Where's he going right now?
It's right there in the middle of the little park.
Within park?
You can creep up on it, bam.
All right.
And then take it away from him. Keep it.
Hey, he's heading southbound, right? He's heading that way?
He's right there, but I saw that there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Did you guys hear what the signals at? Is that okay? Or?
Yeah. All right. Stay right here. Just stay right here. Okay?
Right here, right me. Pointing at me.
It's pointing at you? Hey, it's pointing at him right now. It's pointing at him. It's pointing at him right now.
Pointing at who?
It's pointing at him right now.
Where?
Right here, down the brick wall.
The moment Cortez saw the police, he jumped into a white Ford F-150 and fled the scene, firing 4 shots into the air as if declaring war. Could he possibly outrun all of them?
Hey, your tire! It fell out of the
Aerial
back.
units tracked him from above, while on the ground, the F-150 tore through the highway.
For those who might get excited, thinking we're getting a repeat, this is not OJ. OJ's not in this vehicle, okay? Just saying. I know it looks like it, but he's not.
Swerving between lanes, blocking traffic, and at times the driver stuck.
See, that's what I push on this stream, Chris. It is absolutely sad that we allow these people to exist, these animals.
Half his body out of the window while still accelerating.
Now we're talking therapy. What's that?
Hey, Lincoln Trust 97. We'll call.
Oh, I'm not a breast guy.
Use all lanes of
I'm a
traffic,
butt
kind of
guy.
Drifting around. Speeds are probably around 80, and we're north of Coronado now, still northbound 5 coming up.
Yeah, I don't care about the breasts.
At the Coronado on the side.
More than a handful of waste anyway.
To the far right lane as we come up to Palomar Street. His left hand
Exactly,
appears to be out
Chris.
the window for now, but we have not been able to identify
Now we're
any kind of weapon
talking.
or anything in his hands.
The butt cheeks wobbly. I need help.
There's an SDS cruiser
Oh yeah.
He's trying to penetrate.
That now I'm talking therapy. There you go. I'm a butt guy.
She gets it towed. We're in
No.
Taiwan right now. We're sitting at the index.
Anthony, I said a butt guy, not a both guy. A butt guy. Sexiest thing on a woman is her smile and her tight little butt.
Again, looks like he's trying to get into the far right lanes, coming up to the 94.
In that order.
One bike set up at the.
Yeah, this is in California right here, I think. Isn't it?
Block all lanes in case he turns around. All right, block all lanes, guys. So he's pretty much sideways on the freeway right now. They're in a modified hot stop, and then he's
Correct, Hojo.
still very mobile. So just use caution.
Bravo 9 ground United 20. Is there already a dog up there?
Officers, watch your backdrop with the 5 South.
Absolutely, Anthony. Shoot that piece of shit.
823 stance.
Don't let him surrender.
I need to make sure that we at least have 2 off.
Okay, well, looks like
That's
he might
mean.
take off here. He just reversed, and he's reversing towards you guys' position.
See, if you guys would have rushed the fucking vehicle, he wouldn't be going any further. But they don't rush the vehicle in California. They want to negotiate.
On the 5
And
here,
none
so
of them know
past
how
the
to
94.
negotiate.
And it looks like he's getting into the far right lane, so units are going to need to take the exit there. All right, eastbound
crazy.
on E. Edward.
3383 on Zulu 27. Eastbound E. Edward.
And he'll be coming up to, looks like 26th here shortly. Again, let's try and get some spikes as we move eastbound here on E as in Edward. All right, southbound here on 20.
The situation spiraled out of control. He rammed into a patrol vehicle and then crashed straight into a residential home.
On 26th, in between, stand by. He's going into a residence.
Yeah, that's a
20,
freaking
26.
surprise,
We do
isn't it,
not have eyes
Chris?
on, guys.
They're a true embarrassment to law enforcement across this country. They're pretend cops. They have no clue how to enforce the law. Bunch of spineless cowards. Yeah, we do.
I got my dog. Hey, dog up, dog up.
Let's go. I agree.
Once the investigation is complete, the district attorney's office will review the case to determine whether any criminal charges will be filed. On the morning of April 25, police arrived at a home in West Salem, Wisconsin, after receiving a report of a domestic dispute. A 20-year-old man had just moved in with his 78-year-old grandmother for a week when he began showing signs of paranoia. That morning, he suddenly went to the kitchen, grabbed a popsicle stick, then came back holding it like a knife, said, "I got you now," and charged at his grandmother, stabbing wildly at her head around 10 times. Despite being injured, she remained conscious, broke free, and ran to a neighbor's house for help. She later said the look in her grandson's eyes was something she had never seen in her life. Police arrived shortly after and spoke with her at the neighbor's house. Once the grandmother confirmed the situation and gave permission, officers quickly approached the scene.
I would say let's go in and announce at the same time.
607, hold the channel.
I'll go lethal, you go taser in hands. Yeah?
She says verified.
All cars. I don't have a taser.
Lethal taser hands.
Sorry. I forgot to unmute my mic. Sorry about that. Thank you. Thank you very much. What I was saying is, the guy said a taser before he even knows what what's going on at the scene. He doesn't know if he's on the other side of that door with a gun. What the fuck you gonna do? Grab your taser before you even know what's going on? You grab your gun until you know everything's safe. Then you holster your gun and you talk. Unless you need to grab your taser or your pepper spray. I don't believe in the taser at all though, but he's got his taser. So if this fucker comes out with a gun and starts shooting, he's got a taser in his hand. Yep, another pro streamer. Color me stupid.
Stop. Stop. Resist. Down.
As soon as they entered, they found the suspect inside and signaled for him to cooperate. However, the young man immediately resisted, forcing the officers to deploy pepper spray and use a taser to bring him under control.
Finally.
Resisting. Give me your hands. Give me your hands.
Give me your hands. What a waste of a uniform. Taking a man's job away.
There's your taser.
Stop.
Tasers don't work, dumbass.
Stop resisting.
Oh, you do it too? I'm a trained professional streamer. Can't you tell I muted my mic and never unmuted it? That takes skill right there. Now, I just want to let you know, you see how helpful the female officer is in all this? She just keeps, stop resisting. I don't see her. She's not trying to do shit. She looks like, see, they're really good at looking like they're doing something, but they're not.
Stop resisting. Turn over.
There's more you right now.
And I've lived it. I've dealt with it. In person, live. I know.
Stop resisting. You're going to keep getting cycles until you...
Thank you, Miss T Gun. That's exactly what I was doing.
Hey. Stop resisting.
That's what I was doing, darling. Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Chris.
You are going to go in handcuffs.
A waste of a uniform.
Put your hands behind your back. You don't want to hurt you. Here you go. All right.
Stop, Macy.
Stop resisting.
Put your hand back.
Put your hand behind your back. Put your hand behind your back. Back here.
Behind your back.
Put your hand. No, nobody else. We still need help here. No, good? Who got that? You got it?
Not if you pepper sprayed him, you don't need any help. You didn't pepper spray him enough. Do it again.
I'll radio. Yeah? I think I got him. 21, Bruin Elskin, 22, 195. Are you okay?
Thank God that female officer was there. Those male officers couldn't have done shit without her standing on the sideline saying, stop resisting. Stop it.
What's wrong?
I'm bleeding.
What's that?
I'm bleeding.
You're what?
I don't give a shit. Shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna search you down. You got anything on you?
Use your right to remain
Drugs,
silent.
Booze, nuclear weapons, Abrams tanks, nothing like that?
Yeah, they could have missed.
After he
Because
was...
I assure you, when I pepper spray somebody and wait about 2 minutes, I don't have to struggle with them. They become my best friend when I start talking about water. Oh, here's Mark. Go ahead, cover me. Let's get to the water. Yeah. And I use pepper spray thousands and thousands of times.
Subdued, police confirmed that an ambulance was urgently en route. In addition to the effects of the taser and pepper spray, his uncontrolled behavior led them to suspect that he might be experiencing excited delirium.
You guys have a super blessed evening, and we'll see you on Monday. Good night.
Goodbye. I've got to go. Gotta leave you all behind and face the truth.